That's a picture of Dr. Martin Luther King in St. Augustine, Florida. On June 19th, 1964, it reads, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reacts in St. Augustine after hearing that the Senate passed the Civil Rights Act on June 19th, 1964. This is out of the St. Augustine Press where my mom lives. So actually a lot of the fight that he did was in that area. So you have the southern black churches that have come together. You have 10,000 men named George. You have labor groups. You have the marchers. You have the Freedom Riders. You have the original 4 from the Walmart who got arrested there. Okay? But I want to show you this, the civil rights timeline. And in honor of Dr. King, all right, I'm going to start reading it. All right, January 8th, 1963, with the nation's oldest city preparing to celebrate its 400th anniversary in 1965, White House Press Secretary Pierre Salinger formally announces President John F. Kennedy's appointment to the St. Augustine Quadricentennial Commission. All the members are white. St. Augustine, Dennis Robert B. Hailing questions why no Afro-Americans are included. That was January 1963. One of my favorites right here is the letter from the Birmingham jail. Okay. From the outlines the 4 steps of a non-violent movement. First, you must acknowledge that there is an injustice. You must negotiate for the injustice. You must purify those in the fight for non-justice, and then you act. Okay, so then we move on to things like, here's the bombing of this 16th Street Baptist Church, killing 4 little girls as they prepare for Sunday school. If you just saw the movie Selma, that's what that is, okay? Now, that is right here in September. We just talked about the Augustine 4, or right before that. Look where they are. They're in July, okay? Now, right here, we got the letter from Birmingham jail, then protest at the jail, in addition to continuing protests at Woolworths, because of the original 4. St. Augustine lunch counters is about 1,000 Afro-Americans picketing St. John's County Jail in anger and continued incarceration of juveniles by Judge Mathis. All but 7 of those charged on July 18th have been freed. Okay, we continue on, man. Firebombs in Lincolnville. All right, here's the march in Washington, D.C. Dr. Martin Luther King delivers his famous I Have a Dream speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. We think it stops. It doesn't. Look what the next thing down is. Fire bombings. Man, okay? Look, right here. The bombing of the little girls was there. All right? But he hasn't won any battles yet. He's in the battle. He's in the fight right there, man. And this timeline continues to go on. And I want to show you each and every little part. I wanted to stop at the march on D.C., but I wanted to talk about Free the Augustine 4, October 30, 1963, right? Remember, I just told you the date that that he won, all right? July 19th, 1964. Civil Rights Act passes. See, here's the whole timeline, okay? If you want to take the time and slowly scroll on your screen, I think you'll be able to get it. All right? But I wanted to talk about things that we're seeing right now, man. The march from Selma meant something, man. The things that are going on mean something, dude. And, you know, I study on these things. You be like, oh, you're a chef, and oh, you be rolling with the angels, and you be rolling. Look, y'all miss me here, like in the front page of the paper. Know what I mean? Miss graduating drug court. This ain't been no easy journey. Yeah, I got the blood that makes me go, but I got the patriotism that keeps the show. It was really important. I guess I gotta let you go. Because sorry. I'm in pain, guys. You just gotta wait a second every once in a while. It is what it is, what it is. I'm handicapped. So anyways, I'm reading this book right here. Alright, so you guys are like, what's that got to do with now? Alright, so every 50 years we go through this battle. Alright, it started with the free labor concept after the Civil War. Booker T. Washington standing up and making the Atlanta address, one of the most famous addresses of an Afro-American man, really pushing forward the free labor concept, the free land concept, 40 acres and a mule kind of thing. But beyond that, he said there's no more dignity than pushing a plow than writing a poem. This means something very significant in 1865. Then what they didn't do was train the people, prepare the people, and have them work together. They made them fight against each other. So communities rose and all that. So here we go. So we have the 1900s where we have lynchings like mad in the early 1900s. And then we go to another fight, right? Women's suffrage won. Winning suffrage was part of the movement. That's always part of the freedom movement, right? Okay, so here we go, 1963, right? To 50 years till now, man. Till Selma, the movie. Till men like me, whose father marched in Selma, can still remember what he said to me. And we, every little one of us, every little kid remembers, I have a dream. And now is the time for that check to be cashed, man. And we're in a situation now, if you read listen to the Three Evils of Society video, if you listen to how much money they used to have and how much they have now, we made an agreement. Workers get 3 cookies, you get 7 cookies. We're able to put a little away for our family. The big rich guys, they got the 7 cookies because they keep it all going. Now they get 9 1/4 cookies, and they got us fighting over 3/4 of a cookie or a 1/4 cookie, and we barely get our half cookie to survive. No, there's a reason why I'm showing you this. All right, 50 years to now. Why does Martin Luther King Jr. road stop as it enters this town? That's only for the people who know where I'm at. You know what I mean and understand. But this is a wider vision. This is a vision of what we can create, man. It's not about you gotta be black, you gotta be white, you gotta, you know what I mean? It's beyond racism. It's about community. It's about honor. It's about the children. And it's about not just our children, but we got to think about their children's children. We got to think into the 22nd and 23rd century right now. Okay? And we got to finish this one last revolution, man. Because that's what it is. It's going to be a revolution of our minds and a revolution of our hearts. That's going to change all this. We've been doing this too long. We've had King. We've had Gandhi. We've had Mandela lately showing us the most beautiful way, and still yet we have a crime-riddled, broken down society with the most people in the penitentiary in the world, and most of them are gifted people. So what are we doing wrong, man? Right? And you already know a lot of them are minorities. I don't even need to say that. A lot of them are poor hicks too. Represent, man. So, as this comes along, remember, people fought for this, man. People died for it, man. And we need to rise for it. Peace up. Amen. Every day.